From Columbus and The Ohio State University, NCAA.com proudly presents the 2021 Men's Volleyball Championship. Two semifinals coming your way. First up, the #1 seed, Rainbow Warriors out of Hawaii versus the Gauchos of UC Santa Barbara, followed by a battle between the 2 and 3 seeds, the Cougars of Brigham Young University versus the Flyers of Lewis University. Let's take a look at the bracket and how these teams got here. First of all, a couple of these teams, UC Santa Barbara and Lewis, had to play in the quarterfinals. UC Santa Barbara, a tough 3-1 win over Pepperdine. Well, Lewis looked like an easy match, 3-0, but pretty tough over Penn State. I'm Paul Sunderland, joined once again by my partner, former All-American at Pepperdine and 2-time Olympian Kevin Barnett. As you well know, these two teams, both coming out of the Big West Conference, they've already played 3 times this year. Hawaii swept the Gauchos in Santa Barbara. What turns it around for Santa Barbara now that they're in this semifinal to make it a real tough contest?
Well, first off, both clubs know these are not the same two teams that met during those 3 matches up in Santa Barbara. These are completely different squads in terms of their development through the season. For Santa Barbara, they have to serve tough. They have to keep UH off the net and disallow the use of the bigger middles on the UH side. They also need to get their opposite, Randy DeWeese, going early. Struggled in the Big West tournament, played exceptionally well on Tuesday. I'd like to see him get set in system early in this match.
You touched on it. When we look at Hawaii, they're 15-1. Their only loss coming in the semifinals to UCSB in Honolulu in the Big West tournament. They have got the AVCA Player of the Year also at the opposite position.
Rado Parapunov, a name you know well if you've been watching college men's volleyball over the last few years. Exceptional opposite, left-handed, powerful attacker, hit 0-6-7 in that semifinal loss. He has to be better, and we'll also see if UH, who has had the biggest gap between matches, can shake off any rust that's on them. They are the only team in this tournament coming off of a loss.
Coming up moments away from first serve here, in a spot to play for the national championship on Saturday. UC Santa Barbara at 17-4. They've won 11 in a row. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. It'll be McFarland and Wilcox on the outside. The aforementioned DeWeese. Casey McGarry is a really talented setter, and some pressure on Ryan Pecksock, the freshman libero. For Hawaii, again, only 1 loss, 15-1 on the year. That was to UCSD. A look at their starting lineup. Very talented. Chaz Galloway on the outside. Gage Worsley, one of the most outstanding liberos you're ever going to see. Parapunov, we talked about. Patrick Gassman does certainly bring the gas out of the middle. Guilherme Vos, middle blocker out of Rio de Janeiro. And Gage Worsley, once again, for the 3rd year in a row, voted the top libero in the country. Their head coach is Charlie Wade, now in his 12th season. This is the return to the national championship for the Rainbow Warriors. They last lost in 2019 at Long Beach to the 49ers.
Charlie Wade knows that there is no give up in this UC Santa Barbara team. They may have beaten them 3 times, but he said they are a gritty, battling team. They have those 4 starters back, those 5th-year seniors to go with some talented freshmen. A very similar situation for UH.
For Santa Barbara, their 8th tournament appearance. Their first, however, since 2011. A long storied history up in Santa Barbara. More on that as the match goes along. 7th NCAA tournament appearance for the University of Hawaii. They were the runners-up in 2019 and 1996. And we are set to go. Best 3 out of 5 sets. There are some fans. This is a beautiful volleyball facility here in Columbus, Ohio. The Covelli Center on the campus of The Ohio State University. And it will be McFarland going back to serve, a 6'4" senior out of Manhattan Beach.
Had his own Willis Reed moment coming into the Long Beach State match when the team was not playing well, wearing that right knee brace.
First look at Parapunov. Nice dig into the cross court. Already a sign of the scrappiness of Santa Barbara, but can they get a play in transition? Looking high, flat. What a good swing by 19.
And contrast is what you're going to get here. You're going to get a team in Hawaii that blocks the ball exceptionally well, a team in Santa Barbara that digs the ball. The other 2 teams we're going to see tonight, both are big blocking teams. We have the top 3 blocking teams in the nation, and then Santa Barbara, who's down about number 7. But they are defensive-minded, in transition kind of squad.
How do you slow down Hawaii, hitting 365 on the year, the top mark in all of NCAA volleyball? Here's
this is how you do it.
Yeah, get them off the net. Transition out of the backcourt, and that ball quickly to the floor, and a nice start for the Gauchos. McFarland, a second-team All-American, comes from a volleyball family. His brother Max played at George Mason, his father Dana on the beach, and Duncan McFarland, his uncle, going way back even a little bit before my time, Kevin Barnett.
They had volleyball back then? Thought it was just horse-drawn carriages and stuff.
They did. Parapunov, you're going to see an awful lot of that. Number 19 in white, the 6'9" senior out of Sofia, Bulgaria. A first-team All-American for the third year in a row, the Big West Conference Player of the Year. And look at the numbers, 4.4 kills per set, third best in the country, hitting 340.
You know that .067 has weighed heavily on him for 2 weeks' time.
When you said that, I thought you were stuttering. I didn't think that was possible for Parapunov to hit .067. Nice kill off the edge.
Yeah, the spark was Ryan Wilcox for UC Santa Barbara. He was the constant during the Long Beach State match when they really struggled in the Big West tournament. Was Big West tournament player, MVP, and he deserved every moment of it. Passing the ball, been a consistent offensive balance to Deweese all year.
Middle blocker Keenan Sanders putting the ball into the play, and the first time for Patrick Gassman, 6'10", and all of it a senior out of Clovis, California. Second team All-American the last couple of years, first teamer this year.
Yeah, and drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in the 5th round.
I didn't think he went that deep in. He is a stout young man. Back to serve, Colton Cowell, 6'1" senior, makes his home in Maui, and a finalist for the Karch Kirai Award as the most outstanding outside hitter in the country. I remember him very well, number 24 in white. I remember him from the 2019 championship. I thought he was the best all-around player on the floor for Hawaii.
A lot of room up front. I might roll it here if I have a cut shot from the service line.
Deweese going hard, going deep, and just over the end line. Does Santa Barbara have to take many more risks? Yeah, you know what I'm going to ask.
Yes, they do. They have to hit the ball hard. They know that. They learned that in those early matches, 2 of which were considered conference, 1 non-conference. They won the first set and then lost the next 8. So they have got to keep Gassman and others off of the tape.
Gassman returns the favor, serves that ball out of bounds. We do have a speed gun, 65 miles per hour on that jump serve just over the end line.
We watched today in practice, and I also watched in warm-ups for this match. Gassman's not serving the ball in much. He missed one that was onto the carpet. You know, and several were 10, 12, 15 feet long. We'll see if he can settle into a rhythm, because that could be a good weapon for the Rainbow Warriors.
Here is Wilcox, the 6'2" sophomore out of Honolulu. So far, not in system whatsoever. Nice dig in the middle back over towards area number 1. What a good rip down the line. Parapunov will get an early taking out the trash call.
Yeah, a little tot there. Used to see Clay Stanley do it at the international level, giving you some tot for a UH alum. I was impressed on both sides by the offsetting. Those are very hittable balls, especially on the UH side, back-to-back, good swings.
Parapunov, it bears repeating, the 3rd University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior men's volleyball player to be named the National Player of the Year, and congratulations to him. Putting up huge numbers all season long. And here's Keenan Sanders, 6'6" senior out of San Diego. Hit .455 on the year, very efficient, and that earned him second team All-American honors. What do you got to hit to get on the first team?
Well, I think back to a TJ DeFalco kind of a year where he hit .450 plus on the year. That's one of the gaudiest numbers I've ever seen on the pins.
Chaz Galloway, the high flyer, 6'3", redshirt freshman out of San Diego, made the Big West all-freshman team. We were talking to him earlier today. He said that he touched reach 11-10, and he's only 6'3", so he is really getting up there.
Yeah, and he said that was a couple months ago. I said, for sure you have 12 feet now, Chaz.
Transition opportunity. Parapunov again going high hands, and Santa Barbara digging balls, one of the best in the country in that phase. DeWeese again. The opposites are really coming through respectively for their teams. Really good production.
And this is what you're going to get. Long sets to the opposites who are taking big cuts, and both middle backs doing an outstanding job. Put that rally right there. That might be the top rally we'll see all night. We might have seen it here at 7-5.
DeWeese already with a couple of kills. And when we talked to head coach of Hawaii, Charlie Wade, he said, look, Santa Barbara, he reiterated your point. They are not the same team we played in March. They are really, really tough defensively. They're going to make us take multiple swings in order to score. And we've already seen that. First perfect pass from Hawaii and leads to a good side-out kill by Cowell on the wing.
So Colton Cowell has been playing volleyball at the University of Hawaii longer than the incoming freshman class, in many cases, has played volleyball at all.
Well, everybody got an extra year when the season was canceled in 2020 because of COVID. So you're saying he's been there, he's on the 6-year plan?
Yep.
Well, the Hawaii fans have been glad to have him. He's just been outstanding his entire career. Parapunov, one attempt, so it did contact him twice, but they'll let that go. On the pipe, good reach out of the middle. What a good block move that time by Gassman. Guilherme Vos, 6'7" out of Rio de Janeiro, made the freshman All-American team. Back to serve, tied at 7. Oh, that's a beautiful set, developing the one-on-one.
A lot of teams struggle in row 1. That is not the case for UC Santa Barbara, with Roy McFarland on the right, who has no problem hitting on that right side, and then the opposite on the left, Randy DeWeese. He is not one of those opposites that suffers in that position 1 rotation.
DeWeese, a really good all-around player, came to Santa Barbara, and we talked to head coach Rick McLaughlin about it. Came to Santa Barbara, he wanted to be a setter. McGarry again looking for some hands. Nice dig into the cross court by Worsley.
Well, not only wanted to be, they recruited him as a setter.
Exactly.
He was a setter, but he said that they discovered that in fact the team was much better with McGarry setting, and he said McGarry and DeWeese are tight. They're brothers, and they just decided that, yeah, with both of them out there, they'd be better. That has proven true. Randy, an exceptional opposite.
And an exceptional shot as well by number 24 in white, Colton Cowell. Pushed the ball into the block and then out of bounds, going back to for the first time. Norway's Jakob Telle. And a service ace for Hawaii, and after trailing early, they have now come back to take the 9-8 advantage. 2 timeouts allowed per team, 3 challenges, and unlike many of you were probably watching the NCAA women's tournament recently concluded, and congratulations to the Kentucky Wildcats, their first ever win. But in women's college volleyball, you use a challenge and it's gone. You've used it. In men's volleyball, nice kill down the line by DeWeese. If you're correct, you keep it, much like it is on the international side.
I think it's a much better system. You should not be penalized for the referees having a bad day.
Well, we were talking about it before first serve. There were some critical plays in the women's tournament, particularly I'm thinking about the University of Washington in the semifinal, where there should have easily been a challenge. There should have been a reversed call, but Washington was out of challenges. That ball was set very tight. Oh, nice reaction by Worsley, but that's going to be a net violation called out of the middle against Gassman.
And what rotation are they in right now? They're in rotation 1, University of Hawaii, and that left-hand side, you saw the kill not coming from Parapunov. Ball's too tight, but this is not, especially for a lefty, not the comfort zone over in position 4.
Parapunov got to be careful. He's standing on the sideline. That's a violation if the official sees it. Parapunov again taking a high flat swing and rattles that one through the block. Talk to us more about rotation number 1. A lot of our fans watching, they know what rotation 1 is, but why does it create a problem, and who's where in rotation 1?
The opposite hits on the right side of the court, be it front row or back row, 5 out of the 6 rotations. So he spends all of his life over there. And the outside hitters hit on the left 5 out of the 6 rotations, so you have to have one outside hitter who's going to hit on the right 1 time. There's a lot of discussion always between coaches which outside hitter to put in OH1 or OH2. And it's oftentimes hard to get out of rotation one. You'll see the national team later this year. They have at times struggled to get out of rotation one. Or I think back to a UCLA who played 6-2. They 6-2 for years. They had 2 rotation ones that at times could be problematic.
Really good dig in the backcourt once again by Colton Cowell. Hawaii leading by 1, opening set. Thanks for joining us here on NCAA.com. And another nice block by Gassman. How do you rate Gassman as a blocker? Because of his size and his strength. You know, when he's coming down, he's really good offensively, but how do you rate him as a blocker?
I think he's made some good moves. You see how big he can be, but not only big, but making a move and taking up some space, not passively putting your hands up there. You have to be aggressive as a blocker, and you can see that in him, just the way he acts is aggressive.
2 stuff blocks for Hawaii, both by Gassman. That is really a high-quality swing by DeWeese going into the cross court. The 6'6" senior out of Sacramento, first-team All-American this year.
Yeah, younger brother plays at Northridge. They got an opportunity to match up. A lot of fun for both of those young men. And that was a great swing. I love that they've gotten the ball to him in rhythm, in system. They're not just throwing him a bunch of junk.
Boy, both teams really clean offensively so far. That ball served out of bounds. Kevin, Hawaii is 7 of 17. No errors. Santa Barbara hitting above their season average at 8 of 17, but they have been blocked twice. Kana back to serve, coming off the bench. Santa Barbara perfectly in system, but a one-on-one stuff block on the wing once again by Parapunov.
And you're going to see a lot of one-on-ones against Santa Barbara. They utilize speed at all costs. They try and go fast, even from 10 feet off the net. You will see that ball thrown as quickly as possible to the pins.
That's a play Santa Barbara's got to score. You've done everything right offensively. What a delivery that time by McGarry, going opposite direction. Casey McGarry, 6-foot senior out of Manhattan Beach with a beautiful delivery.
Yeah, and you wonder how a 6-footer gets to be out there full time and gets the recognition that McGarry gets. It's because of that, his ability to locate the ball from nearly anywhere on the floor with pace and location.
Really good block touch. Can Santa Barbara turn it into points to DeWeese again and missed it out of bounds well wide.
Yeah, they're going to have to score those. When you get those easy opportunities, you're going to have to take advantage of your Santa Barbara, unless Hawaii is really off.
We have come to the media timeout, opening set. Hawaii, the #1. Opening set, best 3 out of 5, first of 2 semifinals. Still to come, BYU and Lewis. That ball served out of bounds. Back with Kevin Barnett, I'm Paul Sunderland here on NCAA.com. Hawaii led it 15-12 after the service error from already a very, very busy Rado Parapunov. It's 15-13, Kevin. He's already taken 10 swings.
Now, if you're UC Santa Barbara, that's good. You're keeping the middles out of it as they do here.
And missed that one out of bounds. So now both opposites not attracting. Both of them missing the ball down the line. And Santa Barbara back within 1.
They're going with 2 passers here. Interesting by UH. They've put Chaz almost completely out of the reception. Chaz Galloway.
They're trying to find him down the line. Galloway is blocked. First stuff so far of the evening. That by #6, Donovan Todorov.
Rick McLaughlin said, you know, when you have those smaller outside hitters, you can go over the net and really cut down some angles. We've been working on that. We felt like we didn't do it at Santa Barbara. Have to do it here. It's not complicated. Don't reach a lot of places. Push through the net.
Well, we were talking about it on the drive over. You look at Hawaii, they're huge in the middle, huge at the opposite, but on the wings, they're to a degree undersized. And to your point, one of your keys, keep Hawaii off the net, and Santa Barbara has done that to good effect. There is Rick McLaughlin in his 13th year back-to-back National Coach of the Year, including this season. Congratulations to Coach McLaughlin. Not a good connection out of the middle. Oh, what a rip down the line. DeWeese took that one off the shoulder, and a beautiful crossbody by Cal.
So the question becomes, which team can get to the other with a little bit of defense at the net first? Who can cut into the other's hitting percentage?
Well, both hitting percentages going down with those errors. I'll update that in a moment. Here comes Galloway again. Pretty easy jump serve. What a good delivery. That was about the 3-meter line, if not maybe beyond.
Yeah, Casey McGarry is not afraid to just fling it anywhere. Reminds me of a DiGiorgi, perhaps, an old Italian tiny setter. Makes McGarry look big at 5'8" for DiGiorgi. Playing on the national team, winning a world championship.
McGarry back to serve, and misses that one. Two-time first-team All-American this year and last. Let's look at the serving numbers. 5 service errors now for Santa Barbara, 4 for Hawaii. Hawaii has the only ace of the match.
I'm not so concerned about the service errors for Santa Barbara. You'd like to have fewer, obviously, but what I am concerned about is, can you just keep Hawaii off the net? So far, it's a win in that department for the Gauchos.
Spiros Hakas, number 23 out of Greece, on to serve.
Love that.
You do if the slam dink goes down.
No, I like the fake because it was a little further than the first one. Randy took a very aggressive swing on the first one. Second one at least made him think about it, made him reset at the block, and was ready to then set the ball.
That was a very thoughtful play. Leads me to think that Santa Barbara pretty darn loose right now and feeling comfortable about their chances against Hawaii. Once again, they played 3 times in March.
And DeWeese with a nice bit of footwork to get ready to hit that ball. Pecksock's been terrific through this run for Santa Barbara.
Once again through the block. Nice dig down the line by McGarry, the setter. Both teams playing some quality defense. And an unforced error there.
And this is what it has to be for Santa Barbara. Talk about the top blocking teams in the nation. That's done blocks per set. For Santa Barbara, it's got to be these touches. It's got to be, we just slowed them down because we have good defense, slow it down, pop it up, transition, and score the point. That's the Santa Barbara game.
Santa Barbara averages 10.4 digs per set, number 4 in the country. Tied at 18. Oh, McGarry's got to get that one. He's going to be disappointed. That one was right in the pocket. Parapunov now with his 5th kill on 14 swings. Randy DeWeese 6 of 10. So right now DeWeese a nose ahead, if you will, from Parapunov in the battle of the opposites. Here's Tele. Oh, Ruth. 3-man block by Hawaii.
Paul, you mentioned that defensive number, and I was wondering about UC Santa Barbara. Well, the 3 teams ahead of them are Mount Olive, King, and Barton. They're going to face some lesser hitters than, let's say, Santa Barbara has faced. So that 10 number looming large from the Gauchos.
Ace serve down the line by Jakub Telek. Yeah, usually, Kevin, when I say somebody's number 3, I usually list who's 2 and 1, but I looked at the list and I went, I'm not going to give this context. Santa Barbara's the best digging team right now in the national semifinals. Timeout called by the Gauchos. Nice little 3-0 run by Hawaii to take the lead. We'll step.
University of Hawaii looking for their 4th victory over UC Santa Barbara. They have won 8 straight sets, and you see a combination of points here in the last few. kill from Rado Parapunov. Then a good three-man block, and that's Patrick Gassman again with a good move, and then an ace. That's how it's going to be for Hawaii. You're going to score different ways. They're not one skill dominant when it comes to Charlie Wade's crew.
Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason, and Charlie Wade was really funny when his team lost to UC San Diego in Hawaii. It was a major upset, make no mistake.
Yes.
He was asked afterwards if his team had done enough to get into the tournament, and he had a great answer. You talked to him about it.
He just said, yes. And he stopped.
Yeah.
They were waiting for some sort of equivocation or some sort of other information. Nope, he just said yes.
Yeah, you think so? They're 15-1 on the year. That is a really good response that time by Wilcox, going higher and flatter against the Hawaii block.
And Ryan Wilcox will get up, and then a little bit of hang and bang there. Delayed for just a second. Ball gets to him, and he cranks it a little flat. Plays bigger than his size at that outside hitting position.
Tight pass. Oh, what a good save. Beautiful saving set that time by the 6'6" sophomore out of Norway, Telle. Shouldn't Santa Barbara have gone up and banged that? That ball was in the plane. You got to make a setter pay if it's up there, Kevin.
I think if you have a 6'6" outside hitter, you might do it.
Yeah, which Santa Barbara currently does not. That was a beautiful save and delivery. Here's Cal. DeWeese again. Boy, Gassman takes up some space in an elevator or in the cross court this time.
Now he's up to 4 blocks personally in this match, a couple of solos, and the block has started to take control.
Santa Barbara will burn their second and final timeout. Had to take it. We were tied at 18. Since that time, Hawaii has gone on a 5-1 run.
Yeah, 5.5 blocks already credited in the stats to UH, and just 1 for UC Santa Barbara.
If you look at on the season, Hawaii averages 2.7 stuffs per set. That is a very, very impressive number. Out of the Big West Conference, once again, Santa Barbara at 17-4, 3 of those losses. Now, they played 3 matches because of COVID, and you explained this to me yesterday, Kevin. Teams were trying to build a schedule. So when Hawaii came over to the mainland, they played 2 conference matches against Santa Barbara and 1 non-conference, but they certainly count as far as the national rankings are concerned. Santa Barbara's only other loss was at Long Beach, a team that they battled with also in the Big West Conference tournament.
Right, a quality team, Long Beach State, and so UC Santa Barbara got by them after losing a first set in horrible fashion in the Big West tournament. Long Beach has a terrific squad, some good young talent. Clark Godbold took home Freshman of the Year honors in the Big West. Former teammate of my son's during club. He's a pure freshman and already playing dividends for Long Beach State.
And speaking of Long Beach State, they had won the last 2 national championships that were competed in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, and 2019 was over this Hawaii squad. I was looking back at that. Hawaii, Rado hit 303. Parapunov hit 303. Good performance, but the team had 3 aces and 20 errors.
I remember that.
Allowed Long Beach State to hit 427 and got outblocked 12-4. Well, they're not getting outblocked so far.
DeWeese. And there was some contact underneath the net, and a net violation was called against Chaz Galloway, wearing #1 in white for Hawaii.
Yeah, in fact, this UH squad met in a couple of years their demise at the hands of Long Beach State. It was in the semis the year before. They got outblocked 10-4 in that one. They hit 152, and Rado 087. That's the kind of night that Santa Barbara needs to enforce on Rado Parapunov.
What a good pass that time by Worsley. Chance for Santa Barbara. Got a must-have situation in the cross court. Dug again by Worsley. And a nice block turning the tables. And I think the way he reacted, McGarry got that one #2 in blue for Santa Barbara.
It'll get to you when you know you have a big middle blocker and a small pin. You try and go crossbody. Sometimes you bring it low. That looked like more of a crossbody swing than a turn high down the line by Chaz Galloway. DeWeese
has 23 aces on the year. Gaucho fans hope he can dial one up here.
How about 2?
Nicely handled by Worsley. Ball was set way too tight. Wow, a break that time. Really good quick swing by Parapunov.
Yeah, right into the block, and UC Santa Barbara's thinking it hit him. From our angle, hard to tell.
I did not think so, Kevin. The
Neither
way
did I.
everybody reacted, I did not think so. That was kind of wishful thinking. First set point for Hawaii. A lot of Hawaii fans made the trip, and it is a long trip from the islands here to Middle America. Nice block again. Wow, what a dominant blocking performance by Hawaii in the opening set. That one dialed up by Guilherme Vos.
I think Santa Barbara's got some stuff to work with here. If you stop getting blocked straight down 4 or 5 points, hit a few more serves in, you did a good job keeping UH off balance for much of the set. Gritty, powerful team.
Welcome back to NCAA.com's presentation of the men's volleyball championship. First semifinal, number 1 seed Hawaii takes the opening set from the Santa Barbara Gauchos, 25-21. With Kevin Barnett, I'm Paul Sunderland. As advertised, Rado Parapunov was very busy and very productive in the opening set.
Yeah, but if you're Santa Barbara, I think you'll take it. He's got 6 kills on 15 swings, so that's a lot of work in that first set. If he's going to hit 267, that's a number you can work with on your side. You're doing a pretty good job. First of all, you forced him to have that many attacks. Secondly, that's not a great number. You hold him under 300, I like your chances. This is a gritty Santa Barbara team with a lot of veteran leadership. They've lost first sets many times in the end of this season. They're in a good spot.
Smart, high, flat shot off the deflection. Oh, there was a touch for sure. We might have our first challenge. It looked to me anyway, Kevin, and I'll defer that that ball went off the top of the block, and I think Charlie Wade is going to handle the challenge card. They will use their first of 3 available challenges. Once again, unlike in the women's tournament, if your challenge is upheld, then you keep it, so they would have 3. I thought that ball clearly, as hit by Cal, went off the top of Santa Barbara's block.
Can we come up with something better for the challenge system, please? I would like something better. The ping pong paddles at Hawaii weren't too bad.
Right.
It was okay. I would like a flag or something you can throw. Or a bell, a gong you can hit. I mean, I want something different.
They do have the buzzer internationally.
Internationally, yeah, but that's a lot of equipment. I just want something fun.
I like the flag. I think you should throw a flag out in the middle of the court. I like that.
I like the football.
School colors. School colors.
Yep.
So green, of course, for Hawaii, and
right.
Blue.
It's a BYOF. It's a bring your own flag operation.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Or to add a little local flavor, throw a lay. Out on the floor. Very good. It'd have to be. It'd have to be heavy.
Wait, that's more of like a. That would be more of a discus throw. You have to wing it to get a little distance.
True.
And if you ring the R2 with it, your challenge is automatically awarded. You're automatically correct.
I think for sure one of the Gauchos. I think that was DeWeese up there trying to slow that down from Colton Cowell, the 6'1" senior outside hitter from Maui. When I saw it live, I thought the ball, to my mind, Kevin, clearly changed spin and trajectory, but they're looking very closely and taking a long look at this one.
I don't see any obvious deflection there.
Neither do I. Neither do I on second look. The officials also have additional cameras at their disposal, and the touch was indeed detected, so Charlie Wade and Hawaii still have their full allotment of 3 challenges.
And Randy DeWeese has nerve endings in his left pointer finger, so no argument from him afterwards.
No. I thought it was pretty clear. But all that matters is that you get it right. As Tele goes back to serve once again. If you're just joining us, first of 2 semifinals still to come. The Flyers of Lewis taking on the number 2 seed Cougars of BYU. Oh, nice play. Gassman has got his hands all over this match so far at both ends.
Yeah, Patrick Gassman, 3 of 4 and 4 stuffs.
Yeah.
2 of them straight solos.
Santa Barbara had 7 hitting errors in the opening set. 6 of those were blocked by Hawaii right back on their feet. And the other hitting error was a big one by DeWeese down the line when he looked like he had a chance. And another big block. Ryan Wilcox struggling on the outside.
Yeah, this is a good timeout that Rick McLaughlin just called, because it's only 3-0, but the momentum has definitely swung away, and Santa Barbara looks a little bit defeated by the blocking of UH over the end of set 1 and now the start of set 2.
7th stuff block for Hawaii. That has been the early story so far, and now the challenge. Back-to-back National Coach of the Year, Rick McLaughlin, is going to have to find some answers. And what would those be, Kevin? Santa Barbara, by today's standards, is not really stout on the perimeter.
Well, pass first is obvious, but then it's up to your hitters. You can't be hitting straight into the block, especially with Pat Gassman up there. You can't challenge low seam, middle seam. You either hit high, flat, or find the edges.
That's a reasonable pass, but not good enough. Good block touch.
Yeah, see, that's right into the middle, too.
That was a magnificent set once again. Jakob Telle out of Norway is doing a beautiful job delivering the ball.
And that ball was tight. You can leave him tight in this matchup. He's out there against Wilcox, and you can certainly leave the ball a little bit closer to the net with the 6'3" versus 6'8" equation.
Karapunov now with his 7th kill. Deweese again, another excellent block touch.
That was a net. You're going to get a challenge here.
And that ball stuffed, kept alive by Santa Barbara. Who'd you see the net on, Kevin? On
Hawaii. Yep.
Okay. Deweese taking a very, very tough swing. Rick McLaughlin, good call, Kevin. Saw exactly the same as you. That's going to be a challenge on a potential net violation against Hawaii.
And he gave the card away. R2, I don't want this card. Get this thing away from me. You keep it yourself.
We were looking for a net violation there on Colton Cowell, but I think
on the very first play.
It came earlier. That's the one that's being challenged.
On the very first swing from Santa Barbara.
Randy Deweese is leading the way with 7 kills on 16 swings. Roy McFarland and Ryan Wilcox right now combined just 4 of 17 with 5 errors. So the outsides for Santa Barbara now hitting negative. Another look.
Yeah. Well, somebody touched the net maybe on the way up. Okay. Bill Forrester, our R2, is in the replay booth. Oh, yeah, look at that. Right hand on the way up, right into the net, and that has been caught by the officials. That's an easy one.
So good work by the replay officials, and especially good work by the coaches. You know, internationally, we've seen that assistant coaches will be dedicated to just watch the net, watch the center line, watch the 3-meter line. Wow, what a play out of the back court by Galloway, right down the pipe.
That's flight number 1 if you're boarding at home. Chaz Galloway, you are cleared for departure.
What else have you got? What a dig once again by Cowell. And that ball missed out of bounds. That ball was absolutely crushed out of the back court by McFarland for Santa Barbara. And Colton Cowell just hung in and dug it. 6-1 lead for Hawaii, already up 1-0. Deweese off the late blocker that time. One of the few blocking mistakes that's been made by University of Hawaii.
This is one of those scores, 6-2. That feels worse than it actually is. If it was 12-8, oh, okay, we're in it, whatever, get a couple points. 6-2 feels worse because of the start of the set, because you gave away so many points. Santa Barbara just got to keep grinding.
Parapunov just slightly too sharp. That one an unforced error by number 19 in white.
So there was tough enough serve to keep UH off the net. Middle neutralized. You put a lot of pressure on the pins and number 19.
Does DeWeese go after number 1 Galloway in this particular
Absolutely.
rotation? Yeah, pretty exposed.
They got to him before. I mean, they've got to him overall here too, because Galloway's only got 1 kill on 6.
And trying to go to him, going from what we call area 5, which is in the left back, to also cross court left back as well. And that ball served into the top of the tape. That's another service error, the 7th now for Santa Barbara against no aces. Here is Gassman having a huge match defensively. And returns the favor with a missed serve there. Just mistimed it.
Yeah, his serve has been off, so he's got one real long, one into the net, and a little frustration on his end from that only closed chain skill in the game.
And another big difference, we talked about the challenge rules and differences to the women's game. Only 6 substitutions in men's college volleyball as opposed to 15 in the women's game. Sanders doing a good job in the middle right now for Santa Barbara, and then tries to come back offensively. Worsley laying out off speed, a couple of unforced hitting errors, this time by number 24 Cowell. From 6-2 to 7-5, and Santa Barbara right back in it.
Just have to keep grinding, and you're going to have to keep serving in and serving tough. It's a difficult proposition to make it difficult and cut back on your errors, but that's what the Gauchos need.
Oh, beautifully handled by Worsley.
They are frustrating Galloway.
And that ball is blocked. Vos out of the middle. Guilherme Vos, 6'7" freshman, as mentioned, out of Frijo de Janeiro.
Well, we've seen DeWeese miss down the line twice. He's going to have to find that line shot because it's open. Hawaii is inside, and now you're going even further cross court, and you're finding the middle blockers. They're 6'7" and 6'10". That is not a prescription for success.
Oh, look at that. Off speed. It almost looked like Parapunov had mistimed his jump on that serve. Rolled it in, and Santa Barbara was just frozen.
3 aces, 9 blocks so far for UH.
That's a dominant blocking performance. Parapunov again, Hawaii back on top by 4. And now an unforced hitting error. Santa Barbara has already taken 1 timeout, 2 allotted timeouts per team per set. Santa Barbara is just 2 of 13, Kevin, hitting negative here in the second set.
Yeah, they are on the struggle bus.
Oh, another block. What a good move off the wing. Jakob Telle doing it at both ends. He's serving well, delivering the ball, and now with a stuff block of his own. Timeout called by the Gauchos, trailing 11-5, and already 1-0. And Hawaii is approaching double figures in stuff blocks, way above, almost double their season average.
Yeah, it's not a bad swing, but it's into the gap. You're again into the angles all the time, and you're going to have to find those lines. You're going to have to find the edges of the block, the outside hands instead of the inside hands, because even if you don't get it solidly off the left hand there of the setter, Telle, you're still, normally you'd have a middle blocker right next to him. There's not a lot of open court there. You're going to have to go to the line, chisel, or turn that ball.
UC Santa Barbara, a victor over Pepperdine on Tuesday. Hard fought, 3-1. Penn State earlier in the tournament, should mention Belmont Abbey out of Coastal Carolinas. Penn State advanced, and then they went on to drop a hard fought 3-0 match to Lewis. We've got a moment. Preview Lewis and BYU later this evening.
A bunch of big sticks. Lewis is a throwback team to a middle 90s Pepperdine. It's a whole bunch of trees, and if they can play some defense behind those trees, and get under some of BYU's offense, it's going to be good for them. And BYU is another one of these international all-star teams. It's basically been Hawaii and BYU recruiting from the planet to make their volleyball teams better. Gabby Garcia Fernandez at the opposite has an international cannon of an arm. And Davide Gardini, yes, that name, if you know volleyball, Gardini, his father, a legend in Italy, is on the outside at 6'9" and really filled out. Two terrific players.
When I walked into practice this morning, I thought I was taking an early look at a men's tournament in Japan. I mean, this was a big and physical group of players, not only from Hawaii, obviously, but you make a great point about BYU as well. They are physical right around the dial, as is Lewis. That's coming up about 45 minutes after this first semifinal.
Saw that chisel there. You don't have to hit the ball hard. You just have to hit it smart. That was off the hands, down the line. Santa Barbara hitters are going to have to move the ball around, period.
Exactly right, Kevin. And Rick McLaughlin told us exactly that. They got to stop getting stuffed. They got to make Hawaii really play volleyball and stay out there to earn it. Nice first ball side out.
Yeah, but watch this move by Tele. He faked the dump and then hit it. Watch. And then set it. He threw his left hand up like he was going to dump and then set the quick.
Well, he is left-handed, so he's a real weapon up there at 6'6". He could have taken a rip at that as well. He's setting a very nice match so far. Here's Galloway. And that ball put away out of the middle. Is the simple answer for Santa Barbara just to get the ball to the middle much more?
No, the simple answer is for the pins to stop hitting the block. Okay. If you look at your pins, Deweese hitting 294, that's pretty good. But McFarland is 091 and Wilcox is negative 200. You just can't have zero production and negative production from your pins and win a match. Net.
Wow, a net violation that time by Tele. A little bit unlucky. Ball crept over the top of the tape off the serve by McGarry.
But you're back to that 4-point deficit right here. What I say, 12-8. That doesn't feel as bad. Unfortunately, the momentum of this set and this match has gotten away from Santa Barbara. It belongs to Hawaii. They perhaps need to look to their bench to draw a little energy as they have this entire year with no fans in the stadium.
Texot could not come up with that. Another rip out of the backcourt by the high flyer. Ready for takeoff. How do you do that again for me, please, Kevin? Thank you.
Chaz Galloway, you are now cleared to roam about the country. Flight number 1 leaving from
Is he a military aircraft dropping bombs?
Yeah, well, I think he's more of a speed aircraft. Yeah, high climber.
I've been very impressed so far with Jakob Tele, setting a really nice match.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Hawaii overall. There's one off the block and into the antenna. I think they've played their game. Aside from being kept off the net, not being able to set the middle as much as they'd like because of the service pressure, their pins have done a good job of siding out. They've dug some balls, and obviously they've blocked a ton. But you're still only leading by 4.
Well, that was the point I was going to make, Kevin. And Santa Barbara is hitting 0 right now, and they're trailing by 4. Nice play by McGarry. There's the play I was talking about. Tele is a real weapon up there, particularly helps to be left-handed.
Well, and again, tough with a small left side blocker. It's tough to pay attention to that when you also have Parapunov in front of you. So you've put a lot of responsibility and demands on a player who needs more of an ideal movement to be effective as a blocker in that left front.
Yeah, we talked about the outsides. Roy McFarland, 6'4" senior out of Manhattan Beach. Ryan Wilcox out of Honolulu, Hawaii. He was the 2019 Big West Freshman of the Year and MVP of the 2021 Big West Tournament. Played exceptionally well throughout the course of that contest, but neither of them are being nearly productive enough for Santa Barbara right now. Parapunov ripping again into the cross court. Hawaii's done a nice job defensively. They're digging some balls.
They have. Yeah, and more importantly, they're killing them in transition too. They're not getting into as many long rallies as UC Santa Barbara would like. UC Santa Barbara's been unable to dig the ball as often as they want.
Talked about Santa Barbara's numbers in double-digit digs per set, but right now they're being outdug, although narrowly, by Hawaii 18-17. Perfect example there. Nice dig by Worsley, one of the best in the business. Oh.
That's a chuck, even in the men's game.
Yeah, there are limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that a clearly mishandled ball, and a break for Santa Barbara with Hawaii leading 15-10. And remember that Santa Barbara has no timeouts. Both teams still with their full allotment of challenges. Just drifts a little bit long. Trying to go for the jump float. Another service error. That is number 7. I mentioned 7 earlier. The computer was a little late. There we go. Number 7 against 1 ace for Santa Barbara. 3 aces for Hawaii against 5 errors.
Yeah, Rick McLaughlin is getting frustrated with the serving, as he was at the end of the last match, where trying to close out the 4th set against Pepperdine, a highly competitive match against a quality Waves team. And they missed 4 of 6 serves. Rick was just on the sidelines beside himself.
And once again, the conversations we were having at practice today, Kevin, and then in the car on the way over, Santa Barbara was going to have to find a couple players, maybe it's Deweese, who can go on a really strong run from the service line. Look at the pass by Worsley.
Well, these are the balls you have to kill if you're Santa Barbara. That's also a throw.
And off the block and out of bounds, and the Santa Barbara bullpen and Coach McLaughlin cannot believe that set was not called for a mismangle. Well, like any other sport, like any other game that has to be officiated subjectively.
What is pass interference?
Yeah. Asked the New Orleans Saints a couple of years ago. You just want consistency.
That was definitely pass interference.
Yeah. You just want consistency. That's all. You want consistency.
And of course, not reviewable.
No.
Yeah, in this set, Santa Barbara is still hitting 0 to 368 for Hawaii.
Number 25, Akana, back into serve once again. Deweese. One-legged takeoff. It worked the other day in the quarterfinals, but not today against this wall from Hawaii. 11 stuff blocks now for the Rainbow Warriors.
That's an insane number.
Well, that's why they're leading quite comfortably. They won the opening set 25-21 and are on top here 18-11. They look everything like the favorite and the number 1 seed. That's going to be a double contact or 4 they called a double. Could have had it either way. And Hawaii now with a very comfortable advantage.
Fortunately for the Gauchos, this will reset for a 3rd set at 0-0. Unfortunately, they can't stem the tide at all in the 2nd set. Hawaii's going to carry a huge amount of momentum. Unless Santa Barbara stiffens and makes some plays. That's not happening yet as the ace is served up again. 4th for Hawaii. 4 aces on 6 errors.
Take that every day of the week. Yeah, Hawaii's been the better team right now almost in every phase. Clearly in blocking, clearly offensively, particularly in the 2nd set. And I think Hawaii's been doing a very, very nice job digging balls. They have fended off some real heat. Tele had a spectacular day. Colton Cowell along with Gage Worsley.
Just in the last 5 minutes of the match.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. Time for Santa Barbara to stem the tide as far as momentum is concerned. Vos, no. Back row. Nice cover by Tele. And Galloway off the edge and out of bounds.
Hawaii's making plays.
Yep.
That's a little play right there by Tele to launch out like that and pop it up with the left hand, and not only touch it with the left hand, but pop it up in the middle of the court. It's a beautiful small play. And Hawaii's just killing balls, digging balls, serving aces, blocking everything.
And a pretty nice set that time by the middle blocker, Guillermo Vos, wearing number 21 in white. Paraponov with the service error, 8 kills on 20 swings for the ABCA National Player of the Year. Congratulations to him. We were speculating. We didn't have a chance to talk to Rado today at practice, but guessing that he'll be joining the Bulgarian national team for this summer's VNL, Volleyball Nations League.
Davide Gardini is going to Rimini for the bubble to perform in VNL for that Italian squad.
Galloway down the line. Nice dig by Deweese. Making an aggressive play, but the Hawaii block is just too stout.
If you're Chaz Galloway and you're not having your best offensive match, there are other ways to contribute. 4 blocks is one of those ways.
Santa Barbara going very, very quick on the go to the pin. Nice play by McFarland registering the kill.
So this set is gone. 22-14 against UH. You're not coming back. But what you can do is you can start to make some plays on your side and change your mentality around and just figure, all right, go for broke.
Here is McGarry, twice a first-team All-American. And that ball flailed out of bounds. Looking for a touch, none detected.
And you're going to need to draw some energy from somewhere. The Hawaii fans have been doing it, and Hawaii themselves have been generating it. You have to do something to get some energy on your side of the court.
Santa Barbara hitting .071 for the match. Deweese, nice read going off speed, and Paraponov cannot get down to that one. Back-to-back points now for the Gauchos.
I like this for Santa Barbara because you've made plays.
McGarry trying to keep it going from the service line, and a timeout. I like this timeout taken by Charlie Wade. Santa Barbara clawing and scratching, trying to get back into this first of 2 semifinals here in Columbus. We'll step aside. Thanks for joining. Look who we have on the sideline trying to generate some energy. I recognize that young man, although he's filled out significantly from when I met him as a young teenager.
Yeah, that's Reese Barnett, and he's been part of that bench mob for UC Santa Barbara, so they need to draw some energy from that. You know, they have those guys over there, and he and Sam Collins have been kind of leading the charge and being obnoxious and vocal and loud for their side. Yeah, I don't know. But that's been an important part. The seniors, the 4 seniors said this week, said, listen, that has given us energy in the empty arena season that we have played. We have drawn energy from those guys and the things that they're doing and what they're saying and how important it is the entire bench that they be into it. And they're going to need them now. They're going to need some of that energy and some clapping and some demonstrative movement, that what they've been used to get going. I like the plays on the court, but you have to capture the momentum as well.
Off the court, yes, but your son is also as a very, very talented big opposite with a left hand. He's helped them prepare for Rado Paraponov.
Indeed, and Jakob Tella.
Yeah. 23-17. Hawaii obviously 2 points away from taking a commanding advantage in the semifinal. Oh, that's a good off speed. Did McGarry get that? Wow, great effort by McGarry. Completely sprawled out. But that off speed was really, really well disguised by Cal. Set point number 1.
I thought he was going to get there, McGarry, on this play.
So did I.
Just a little bit off to the left-hand side of the ball.
We were blocked out a little bit by the official stand. We're up high, which it's a great view, but I thought that he actually got to that ball. Set point number 1. Missed out of bounds. Break there for Santa Barbara. Deweese going off speed a couple of times here. Has the block from Hawaii really gotten into his head?
Perhaps. I've liked the aggressive swings he took on the off plays, but he's got to find the line. If Randy's going to have success in this third set, upcoming, he's going to have to find the line on that right side.
Set point number 2, Hawaii with a dozen stuffed blocks. That is just an incredible number. Set point number 2 put straight to the floor by Colton Cowell. Kevin, when you look at the numbers, Santa Barbara has actually done a very decent job at slowing down Hawaii. The #1 offense in the country at over 360. They're 100 points below that. Santa Barbara just got to generate some offense on their own side. We'll take a break here on NCAA.com. Hawaii, the #1 seed, on top of UC Santa Barbara. 2 sets to none. Could they be?
In Ohio, at The Ohio State University, Hawaii leads 2 sets to none over UC Santa Barbara in this national semifinal. Chaz Galloway, a freshman, second-year freshman. You have to clarify these days with the whole COVID delay. An exceptional leaper out of the back row, high flying. His offense hasn't been tremendous in this, though. He's 3 for 11, hitting .091, but he has to find other ways to contribute. His 3 kills have been fantastic. How about block some balls? He's done it on Randy DeWeese, that matchup on the right side for UC Santa Barbara. Get dug there, don't expect it, stay in the play, and pick up another stub. Chaz playing like more than just a second-year player.
Galloway 3 of 11, but doing it at both ends, contributed with 4 blocks, 12 in total for Hawaii. That's been a huge part of the story. They have been absolutely dominant at the net. And as I mentioned, after the close of the second set, I looked at the number, and Hawaii again hit 365 on the year. Santa Barbara has slowed them down, but Hawaii has certainly slowed Santa Barbara and then some.
Yeah, Santa Barbara's hitting 102, and 60% of the time you lose every time hitting 102.
Good play out of the middle. Opening transition. Could use more of that. That was Keenan Sanders, 6'6" senior out of San Diego, putting the ball away.
And finally, a little energy on the side just for 1 point, but you'll take it. You'll take anything you can get if you're UC Santa Barbara. Look, it's 0-0. Nothing else matters.
There is Wilcox. Good preparation by DeWeese. And a slam dink sky hook out of the middle once again for Jakob Telle, the setter for Hawaii. It helps to be 6'6".
And it helps to be 6'10" if you're Pat Gassman.
Here is Telle. Quick offense by Santa Barbara. Wow. The gap right over to the top to the go.
Well, and you saw it, just guys popping up everywhere. It looked like whack-a-mole if you're a blocker.
That was a really nice tool off the edge by McFarland. Hawaii won the opening set 25-21. Santa Barbara had some chances. It was all Hawaii in the second set, 25-18. Worsley is really good.
The third Gassman just punched that thing through.
Gage Worsley, 6'1" junior out of Moraga, California. First team All-American again, and 3 times he has won the Eric Shoji Award. And Eric Shoji, last time I checked, we're going to see in Japan, in Tokyo. He's still playing, and he's got an award named after him?
Yeah, you can thank Vinny Lopes of offtheblock.com for that one.
All right, well, thank you, Vinny. A serve here to start things off in that category in the third set for Colton Cowell.
If you're looking for any kind of men's volleyball information, Vinny does a terrific job. He lives in the Nashville area, but he has his fingers on the pulse of men's volleyball everywhere, and offtheblock.com is your best source for men's volleyball at the college level.
Cal had 17 aces coming in. Nice block again by Gassman. That was a nice block touch by Santa Barbara, but it'll be nullified. A net violation by Todorov out of the middle, wearing number 6 in blue.
Santa Barbara's going to have to find a way to play in the moment, because not a lot that's happened to this point has been good for them. So they're going to have to kind of find their center, get their chi right, and just live in whatever point you're in and not worry about anything else.
Rick McLaughlin going to the challenge card, and maybe this is in lieu of an early timeout, if you will, challenging that net violation called against his Gauchos. McLaughlin now in his 13th year, bears repeating once again back-to-back National Coach of the Year, has got his Gauchos in the tournament, the national tournament, for the first time since 2011, the 8th overall appearance for the Gauchos. They have quite a history. They made the finals back-to-back years in '74 and '75. They lost to Al Skate's great teams at UCLA. UCLA has won 19 national championships. This national championship started all the way back in 1970.
His brother Jim, longtime head coach at SC and then at Washington, has won national titles both the men's and the women's side.
2005 up in Seattle.
And then Coach Notre Dame said his brother's now doing a little stint over in Finland, working with the women's national team there. You can play 2 degrees of separation in volleyball, maybe even 1. It's kind of ridiculous. Think about Chaz Galloway, number 1 for UH. His sister just graduated from the Air Force Academy, played for my younger brother.
Service errors exchange. Hawaii on top 5-3. I've been really impressed with Gassman. Great picture of you on your recent vacation to Hawaii, standing between Clay Stanley. We'll see a couple of his stepbrothers later on playing for BYU. Clay, 6'9".
No, 6'10".
6'10".
Yeah.
And then on the other side was Gassman, and you at 6'7", 6'6.5", standing in the middle. You look like the tiny little brother.
That is correct. I'm just the little guy out there with those dudes.
Back to Parapunov looking for a touch. Did he miss it out of bounds? And no touch detected. Ball hit long. Parapunov, that's his 5th hitting error on 25 swings. They have slowed him.
Oh, he's hitting 115. Yeah, if you told Rick McLaughlin Parapunov's going to hit 115, he'd say, great, we're probably winning this match. The problem is you're getting blocked off the court.
Parapunov hits 340 on the year. And you see why. That's an almost indefensible into the deep cross court corner in area 1.
Now, that's a hard angle to hit. That's a lot of downward trajectory from number 19. Five aces and now 12 blocks.
Wow. 15 hitting errors for Santa Barbara. And 12 of those coming because of stuffed blocks. Only 3 balls hit out of bounds. DeWeese, and make it 4 balls hit out of bounds.
I think you like your teams to challenge the block. That's a normal thing that volleyball coaches would say. Certainly a Mark Dunphy disciple and Rick McLaughlin, but you have to stop challenging at some point when it's Pat Gassman.
That was not a perfect set, maybe an opportunity to throw the ball up into the block, but cannot hit the ball out of bounds. Oh, nice off speed. That was a good save that time by Ryan Wilcox. Very cerebral use of the roll shot.
Yeah, and the bench has got to get it going here. They have to carry the momentum. You can't let what's happening on the floor affect you. You have to keep trying to feed your team and get them right. This is your shot. You know, you're down 2. This looks a lot like that first set. It was tight all the way to 20. It was close. Hawaii just got that little sprint at the end.
Parapunov, he missed it down the sideline. That ball hit out of bounds. Wow.
You're getting him off the net. You're getting errors from Parapunov. He's vulnerable to that. He's trying to call himself. You have to keep making plays on your side. You have to get those transition kills. I think all the way back to set 1. Randy DeWeese with a swing to keep everything tied up. Missed it.
Galloway a little bit tight and back-to-back hitting errors, going for the hard angle, just like that, tied at 7.
Yeah, and I might use a timeout if I'm UH. If you give up 1 more, I'd really think about it here, even at 8-7, just to stem the tide. The fans are feeling it. UH's fans trying to get them back in.
Boy, that was a very easy serve. Oh, what a stuff. Wow.
And here comes Charlie Wade.
Keenan Sanders dropping into the cross court. That is a magnificent stuff block. Only the third of the match so far for the Gauchos. Teams will head to the sideline here in Columbus. A timeout called by Hawaii. Good run by the Gauchos to respond.
Santa Barbara with the lead, 8-7, down 2 sets to none to UH, and these guys have to keep it going. UH has the advantage in fans, but these guys on the bench mob for Santa Barbara have got to keep feeding the energy. They're feeling it a little bit. They're not vulnerable, shouldn't be, to the ups and downs. This is after that big stuff block. Nick Amoruso, Henry Hancock in there. Those guys have to keep it going.
Coming out of the timeout now for the first time maybe since late in the opening set. We'll see how Hawaii responds. Very easy serve coming out of the timeout, handled overhand by Cal.
Hawaii is hitting .219 in this match. That's a prescription for success for anybody playing against UH. Problem is you have to hit better than 119 on the other side. You know, Galloway's hitting 0.
Yep. Karapunov's hitting .069. On the pipe, off the top of the tape. That ball was down.
That ball was definitely down.
That ball 100% down.
And you're going to see a challenge if they lose this ball.
Yeah, that's a good play. Nice play that time, once again, by Keenan Sanders. Definitely down. Luis, after a very good start, he was 5 for his first 8 with no errors. Since that time, he's only gone 6 for 16. And missed out of bounds. Gage Worsley, younger brother of Joe, who set so effectively for Hawaii for several years, led them to the national championship match in 2019.
And their dad, years ago, came out and volunteered for the UH program.
Yeah, he was a
taking video
statistician, and worked out pretty well for Charlie Wade. A couple of magnificent players for the Rainbow Warriors. Good dig by Parapunov. Oh, that's such a beautiful play. Really impressed with Jakob Telle.
When you have 6th-year players, they make good plays and good decisions. Pat Gassman doing it there.
Are we going to have to come up with a name for that? I guess we are, because you have graduate transfers, you have redshirt seniors. What do you call it if you're in your 6th year? And there's going to be lots of them.
A sixer?
A six? Well, I don't know if we want to go there.
Like Ready Player One?
Oh, another block. Telle with Gassman, number 10 and number 15, respectively, for Hawaii.
So now it's Santa Barbara who should use a timeout.
Yeah. Well, Rick McLaughlin, good call once again, Kevin. There's a reason why he's been National Coach of the Year for the last 2 seasons. Good timeout taken by Charlie Wade, and his team responded, and now a good timeout taken by UC Santa Barbara. Hawaii, the number 1 overall seed at 15-1. Santa Barbara, the number 4 seed at 17-4. Santa Barbara has won 11 in a row. They were the Big West Conference tournament champs when Hawaii was upset on April 23rd in Honolulu by UC San Diego. And then Santa Barbara went on to beat San Diego and advance into this NCAA tournament.
This has been a top shelf performance from Charlie Wade's crew, rebounding off that loss to UC San Diego. I've been impressed from moment one how they came out ready to play.
Well, it was interesting in the conversation. You asked him what he said to his team afterwards. He said, look, I've been doing this a long time. You know, he's been around the game for a long, long time, has Coach Wade. And he said, look, I've learned you got to give him some space. And we had a good training block. We had, you know, one more day than we would have ordinarily. But then they had the bye. So the tournament is set in such a format that the top 2 seeds, Hawaii and BYU, do get a bye into the semifinals. Quick reminder, still to come, the Flyers out of Lewis University taking on the BYU Cougars. That's coming up about 45 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Here's Vos. Good block touches in both directions. And back at you. That's a nice play. Keenan Sanders getting from defense to offense.
A huge middle set moment for Santa Barbara to get that point out of the timeout. As Gage Worsley comes back. And you mentioned Joe, his brother, played here. When Charlie went to recruit Joe, sitting at the kitchen table before the meeting started, Gage was there. And he said, hey, I don't care what this guy says today, but I'm committing to Hawaii right now.
And he was like 14 or 15
yeah, exactly.
at the time.
Yeah. So Charlie reminded him of that when it came time for Gage. He said, listen, you already said yes.
I remember him from the championship match in Long Beach a couple of years ago, and he was magnificent then. 3 years in a row voted the best libero in the country, and he showed every bit of it so far in this semifinal. Good block touch again by Sanders, and what a dig by Worsley. Point blank.
You have to put this away, Santa Barbara.
Boy, McGarry is doing a really good job blocking out on the right side. At only 6 feet tall, he is defending his position.
All right, you're getting some good block touches. You have to be more terminal if you're Santa Barbara. Every time you give the ball back to Hawaii, here's a team that has more offensive size than you do, have more advantages. They've been feeling better.
Santa Barbara hitting 278 so far in this set, holding Hawaii to only 100. Oh, that was a chance into the cross court. McFarland off the deflection, couldn't make the dig.
Now, but first side out now. If you're Santa Barbara, you're just thinking, hey, that doesn't matter. We got to keep getting side outs.
Roy McFarland so far 6 of 17. He does have 6 digs. Santa Barbara getting their footing offensively here in the third. Must-win set situation for the Gauchos. Oh, that's a really good block by Parapunov. One-on-one.
Back to set one. Same thing. Parapunov one-on-one picked up a big block. That was a momentum builder for UH. It happens again here in the third.
That's a great call, Kevin. Thinking back to that one was against Wilcox. This one was against McFarland. But Santa Barbara was right there in the opening set. Had a couple of opportunities. Deweese missed one out of bounds, and then the stuff blocked.
And I like that swing from McFarland. He was looking for the edge. It was just a good block move.
That ball looking for the touch. And not there. Ball out of bounds. And back-to-back points now for Hawaii, up 2 sets to none. Looking to get back to the championship match. Again, of course, because of COVID, there was no championship in 2020. Overpass. Gassman says enough of that.
That ball was from 8 feet. You watch Gassman jump from about 3 foot and then stretch out. All 6'10", 265 pounds or whatever he's weighing in at these days. A huge mountain of a man.
Santa Barbara has to burn their second and final timeout as Hawaii has responded very nicely after trailing 8-7. You say, okay, 1-point game at 8-7, but it was Santa Barbara that had run off a handful of points, forcing the timeout to be called by Charlie Wade. And with that,
Rainbow train again here in the third. UH is recapturing the momentum. It started with that side out there, and then a good block from Parapunov, who's had a couple of nice moves. Offensively, not the best match from him, but again, contributing. And then what a night Patrick Gassman is having. 7 for 11, hitting .636, and has 6 stuff blocks. Those are ridiculous numbers.
And Guilherme Vos, not nearly the offensive weapon, Vos, I should say. He's got 5 blocks as well. He's doing an outstanding job, the 2 middles for Hawaii. Blocking has been the key difference so far in this match. Well, that ball might have been going out of bounds over Deweese's head. And I thought that ball off the dig was going out of bounds, and Deweese decided to play it.
You're just trying to make a play for your side. You're just trying to do anything you can. Now you're down by 4, 16-12. Hawaii's starting to feel it.
Once again, very impressed with Jakob Telle. I was talking to some of the sports information folks from Hawaii, and I noticed he only made honorable mention. And I know there are a lot of good setters this year in college volleyball. We've already seen a couple of them. But Telle has been as good or better than anybody in a white jersey so far for Hawaii.
And he adds with the ace right there. I tell you, I like a lot of things for Hawaii if they end up closing out this third set and going to the national championship. I like a lot of what's happening. What I'm concerned about is the play of Rado Parapunov. He is .069. Again, in a big moment, he's not having a good match. His team has picked up the slack for sure, but there have been other big matches where Rado has not had his best match. Look for him on Saturday to reverse that if UH is going to take home the title.
Well, you know, it's a wonderful honor that he was named the National Player of the Year, but it does add a little bit of pressure to your ability to go out and perform possibly.
Yeah, you want the title.
Yeah.
I mean, the individual honors are fine, but you want the title with your team. First, you're going to have to close out Santa Barbara. Not the easiest task. Gaucho's still in it here, just down 4.
Another brilliant pass that time by Worsley. What a good pass.
Right now, Patrick Gassman is my finals MVP. If he plays like this in the next match, it might be the first time a middle would be MVP. Have to go and look that one up.
Yep. Easy serve by Cowell. And Deweese ripping down the line, and Worsley wanted that one back.
All right, so if you're Santa Barbara, you just want to chip away. You need 2 here. You got 3 hitters in the front row. Over the next 3 rotations, you got to chip yourself back to even at 20-20.
12 kills now for Deweese on 27 swings. Here's McGarry, who's been really good for Coach McLaughlin. Look at the cover, but another block this time by Santa Barbara. Only their 4th, but they have done a really good job shutting down Chaz Galloway. Must-win situation for Santa Barbara, trailing 2-0. Oh, a touch in the backcourt. Just coming so heavy, so high, so fast. This ball was clearly going out of bounds, but you can't certainly blame Ryan Wilcox for making a stab at that.
So you got 1. If you're Santa Barbara, you have to have this side out. Can't give up any more points. Kana
on to serve once again. We're number 25 for Hawaii. That comes up a little bit short.
And you need something out of your outside hitters here at the end. Ryan Wilcox back to the front row. 4 of 17 with 5 errors. That is not the Big West MVP performance we saw 2 weeks ago. But it doesn't matter. If you can get just 5 good minutes out of him here, you'll be right back into this third, take the third, move to a 4th, and you have a shot.
Easy serve. And on the pipe, tracked down, but a very nice side out play. A lollipop serve that time coming from McFarland. Deweese, very nice, off the top of the block. A small window of opportunity for the Gauchos. Parapunov ripping down the line. That might have been his best swing since the opening set.
Yeah, Hawaii's got their hands on the window, and they're looking to close it.
Yeah, they are pushing it closed.
Better keep your hands out of the sill, because UH is trying to go to the national championship game.
Hawaii once again the #1 seed. Second semifinal coming up, BYU and Lewis. That's going to be a heavyweight fight. Nice play by number 5 Sanders out of the middle. They got the right guy at the line.
They do.
DeWeese at the line. You look at his numbers. He got 23 aces so far on the year. He does not have an ace so far in this semifinal. They could use one right now.
Santa Barbara has just one. It came in the first set pretty early.
Oh, what a pass. That ball was almost on the floor.
An even better set,
wow.
I think. What a play by UH.
Those are the kind of plays that a national championship contender makes. Vos to serve. Hawaii 3 points away. Once again, the national championship match coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time on ESPNU on Saturday. Nice tip to the floor. Don't see that much from Begary, but a nice, brave choice given the scoreboard.
Soft touch turn for a kill is what Santa Barbara needs right now.
There's the dig. They're going to get a chance at it. McFarland, not much heat on that off the top of the block. Little confusion there, miscommunication.
All right,
by
this
Hawaii.
one has to go down.
On
a backslide? A backslide? What? Are you kidding me?
Well, it was a good time for it. Very nicely done by Keenan Sanders. Much needed, registering his 7th kill.
Is that Brad Keenan out there? You sure it's Keenan Sanders, not Brad Keenan, running the backslide?
I am sure it is.
Holy cow.
Timeout called by Hawaii.
What a time to break out your best Feluca Akinradawo impression.
Well, that's a very good example, no question. If you're gonna run the slide, that's a good one to emulate. Timeout called by Hawaii.
And this is Santa Barbara right here. This is exactly what Hawaii knew to expect. This is exactly what Rick McLaughlin has said about his team, is that they just keep fighting. He didn't worry when they lost to Long Beach in the first set. He didn't worry when UC San Diego took the first set, nearly took the second in the Big West final. These guys are gritty. They'll fight back. They continue to play no matter the score, no matter the situation. And you're seeing that again here in this third set.
They got a break there on that miscommunication,
right,
because McFarland was pretty conservative with that, but maybe a smart play. We talked about it. Rally, keep the ball in play, and then leading to the slide.
And I like that wrinkle, because why run straight at Pat Gassman on any night, but especially this one, when Pat Gassman's checking in with 6 blocks and all kinds of other issues for you? Run that slide. You notice he took 2 steps at him and then slid back. That was a nice choice. I'll bet something they worked on just this week to try and get out from in front of him.
Exactly. You don't want to run straight lines at Gassman or Vos for that matter. Here is Wilcox. Santa Barbara back within 2. Long run. Santa Barbara will keep the ball in play. Gassman again.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I would have committed. And it may not have mattered.
Outstanding assistant coach Milan Zarkovic was up off the bench. I think he was yelling out to Tele exactly where to go with that free ball.
Yeah, with the night he's having and a free ball like that, every time.
Gassman 10 of 14. No errors. Just like before, Kevin, Santa Barbara must score here. Good read. Worsley with the dig. Parapunov. What an effort by Santa Barbara. Another touch, another stab.
Still good.
Unbelievable effort by the Gauchos, but can they finally close it out? And it's down. What a play by both teams. but incredible, incredible effort by Santa Barbara.
Wow. Wow. Now can you carry the emotion? Unbelievable defense. Look at Wilcox.
Wilcox and then Pecksock with unbelievable runs. And good block touches. What a unbelievable.
Oh, Pecksock, he's stuck to the floor. That's been an issue here with a sticky floor all weekend as the teams checked in. And Pecksock caught a right arm in there and nearly flipped right back up.
Wow, just tremendous effort. 23-21.
Everyone needed a breather.
Yeah, Sanders back to serve. Got to serve tough. Got to serve in. To McFarland, quickly to the outside, through the block and down. The Gauchos are back within one.
This group never dies.
Both teams are out of timeouts. 23-22.
And I love these moments. I love when it's up to the players. Yeah, well, we're going to have a challenge. That will slow it down. Smart move.
It is a smart move because I think this is well within the rules. It's good strategy. This is a timeout. This is a timeout challenge, not a legitimate challenge. But this is smart coaching. So use one of your challenges. You're up 23-22.
The best things the referees can do in these situations is be fast about it.
Hawaii is challenging a net violation. Can challenge foot fault on the serve, foot fault on the 3-meter line, ball up or down, 4 contacts, net violation, to touch off the block or off a defensive player in the back row. Internationally, the officials have the authority to blow off a challenge if they know that it's being abused in terms of gamesmanship, if you will.
That's not abuse.
Oh, I thought Coach Wade was. The call stands.
Yeah, there's no call. The no call stands.
Right. But Hawaii, you know, I have no problem whatsoever with what happened. None.
I agree.
Well within the rules, good gamesmanship, play on, leave it up to the players. 23-22, Santa Barbara is not going to go out quietly. Oh, wow. Almost missed the first one, Kevin. Remember, into the top of the tape, that one never looked good from Sanders. Match points now for Hawaii. Looking to get back into the finals, into the championship match. Not for 2 straight years, but for 2 straight tournaments. Oh, maybe a net. A no call.
No, you don't blow the whistle on that.
No, the ball, if it had been, it had to have been completely on Hawaii's side. So a quick reaction and a break here for Santa Barbara. Second match point. Any part of the ball on your side, and it's legal. Here's McGarry. Santa Barbara, a chance for the tie. And Parapunov to the floor for the win. Well, an awful lot of mutual respect. These 2 teams playing for the 4th time. Congratulations to Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors. They improved to 16-1, and we'll see them on Saturday against either Lewis or BYU. Your thoughts, Kevin?
We have 3 of the top blocking teams in the nation here. Hawaii showed you why they are in that rank. I didn't have Hawaii winning this way with their opposite hitting 143, but Rado got kills late, played well when they needed them, and Patrick Gassman put on a truly terrific Final Four performance. 10 kills on 16, 625, and 6 blocks, in addition to a whole bunch of other effective plays. I mean, really a nicely played match as a group from Hawaii.
14 scoring or stuff blocks altogether for Hawaii. That one of the biggest differences. Serving was also to the advantage of Hawaii. They had 6 aces. Santa Barbara needed to be hotter from the service line. They couldn't get it going. But Gage Worsley, Colton Cowell, and Chaz Galloway, those are 3 classy receivers, and it showed. And there you see the #1 seed Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, Saturday, 8 Eastern time on ESPNU, once again taking on either BYU or Lewis. That's coming up here in Columbus in about 45 minutes.
I'm impressed with Hawaii.
Yeah.
Even on an off night, for that man right there, Rado Parapunov, the team picked him up, and they look good to pick up their first title in some time.
Parapunov has been their best player all season long, but he needed every one of his teammates to help him today. Hawaii moving on, second semifinal coming up in about 45 minutes here on NCAA.com.